I just want to say, yeah, it's a very great opportunity to be here with all these Olympia champions who've done great things in their respective division, and I just think it's awesome how we're all brought together and, you know, being able to talk and bust a couple jokes, all in good fun. So what a great sport it is that we can all do this, and we all have an opportunity to, you know, basically compete within our, you know, body's limits, and we all have a special place for what our body type is in the sport. And yeah, just think it's okay. My favorite food, okay. She loves bars. I'm a connoisseur of protein bars. Oh, wow. Yes, a connoisseur of protein bars. Favorite flavor? Oh, I like those Quest bars. I like the Oreo flavor. I just gave him a shout out.
I mean, I just from knowing her.
Yeah.
So it's just she loves getting your little cup
bars,
and putting
like,
your bars.
All right, so are you like one that puts like the bars in ice cream and stuff like that in off season, or like?
No, I don't want to ruin.
You know?
I don't want to ruin my ice cream with the bars.
Yeah, man. I always, you know, it's funny. You know, you follow the bikini girls like online, and they always have like them and the figure girls always have like the newest and the coolest like ways of making like the protein muffins, bars, and all sort of stuff. I'm like, I didn't even know this existed.
Protein muffins and protein cake. I'm like, if I'm gonna eat cake, I'm gonna eat real cake.
Yeah.
With real sugar.
I down a protein shake in what, 5 seconds and get it over with.
Get it over with?
Yeah.
You act like it's a task to eat. Jeez.
to drink.
I mean, to get it over with. Yeah. Just drink it and get on out of there. We want to sit down and take your time, eat some protein.
So then what's
pancakes.
your favorite cheat meal then?
My favorite cheat meal, I love Mediterranean food. Hummus with pita and some chicken kebabs, steak kebabs. I don't know, nothing too crazy. The disco.
Yeah. So then what's your favorite meal? Pre-contest meal that he allows you to have so for all that you may not know, Holly Rambod is my coach. He's been my coach since I turned pro. I did my prep on my own up until then, and then when I did my pro debut in 06, I used Holly Rambod, and Jeremy uses him as well. Much different, but yet same mentality, which is, I could probably say this for both of us, not a lot of cheat meals, making sure that we are far ahead of the schedule. There is no substitute for hard work and being conditioned. So then the week of the show, there is no guesswork.
Yeah.
But in the off season, I know for myself, he believes in getting stronger, a little bit bigger in the off season, utilizing like different types of carbs. Usually, like we go out for Persian food, this and that, and being in San Jose where he's at, there's a lot of restaurants. So, Jeremy, you wanted to touch on your diet and how you go about it off season and some fun you may have with the off season?
Off season, with Hani, he's actually allowed me to eat a lot this off season. I had a lot of flexibility. This is the first year I haven't had to compete more than one time. So now that I'm only doing Olympia this year, I'm having a lot longer of a break. So I had a few months to kind of relax, let my body heal up, and I've had some leeway in my diet, and I've been eating, comfortably. I've been getting Persian fries and been doing a lot of Persian food. But I make sure to hit all my meals. It's important to try and keep that size coming. I'm still eating 6 times, 7 times a day.
6 times a day, so then one out of those 6 can be something fun.
Pretty much, yeah. You're probably having one cheat meal a day right now at this point.
I think that's something that a lot of the fans, especially in your category, would need to hear, is because we become very narcissistic in our craft with our diet, but in the off season, you allow yourself some of that fun. So then maybe
it keeps me sane. I mean, I have we got 21 weeks as of today to Olympia. Yeah, it's 21 weeks, guys. 21 weeks as of today. So let's get sneak out fast.
We
don't do no cardio either, man. So yeah, I got a shoot coming up in July, so I gotta be ready for a shoot in 10 weeks out from Olympia.
So I guess this is a question for everyone on the panel. So how long is everyone's prep? So you said
I can be ready in 8 weeks from where I'm at right now.
You'll be ready in 8 weeks. You'll be ready in 4 to do a photo shoot.
I'll be ready. Well, my shoot's in 8 weeks, and then it will be 12 weeks out from Olympia. So I like that because I'm already being in shape, and I can grow into the show. Like what Hani likes us to do is be ready, grow into the show, and eat up. And You know, I feel more comfortable that way. I don't have the anxiety of trying to get down, especially that last week. If you're trying to cram that last week, you know, you start to stress out, your cortisol levels go up, you're going to start holding water, and I don't like to do things that way. I like to be more prepared and be ready to go. That way, mentally, I already know I have the edge going in.
What do you feel? Now, that's a good lead into this question I have. Being that you're actually, in my opinion, someone that could potentially be a bodybuilder at a different weight class, of course, but what gives you the edge? Because you're younger than most of these guys, and a lot of them are, you know, taller, different structure, but yet the judges pick you, and I pick you, but what gives you the edge going into this year's Olympia? Because winning that title, I mean, we've seen it where guys and girls can get lazy. You become, I know you're in Colorado doing posing camps, so now your business is booming personally, more expectations.
Yeah.
What is going to give you that edge this year?
The fact that I've known I've already beaten everybody. I think that giving me an edge to know that everybody else is chasing me right now, and everybody, I've proven already that I'm better than everybody. Everybody else now has to try to prove they're better than me. So personally, going into this show, I feel I have an edge because I've already accomplished the task, and I know I can do it again. I don't think that me winning my title has made me any less hungry. It's made me more hungry. And the fact that, you know, Hani told me, he's like, you got to go into prep this year like you haven't won shit. And that's the mentality. You know, I did, you know, for a few months, you know, I might have gotten a little ahead of myself. I might have started getting a little cocky with my title and whatnot. And, you know, I've had some people bring me down. And it had to happen because when that happened, it made me realize a lot. You know, sitting here with you with 4 titles, Dell with 8, Dexter 6-time Arnold champion, and Ashley with 12 pro wins. It's, you know, I haven't done much compared to you guys, and I'm still so young in the sport, and I still have a lot to prove to everybody else, but more importantly myself. You know, I'm hungry, and I want to create a legacy. And you know, 1 win was cool, but you know, 8, 9, 10 wins would be awesome. And that's something that I'm gonna be shooting for. It doesn't stop. You know, I'm never satisfied. My best is never good enough, and that's something that, you know, I've instilled from day one when I started, even when playing sports back when I was younger. You know, the whole trash talk thing. My dad said, you don't need guys going to talk smack on the field. Get up, get back in the huddle, go crack in the mouth next play. So that's the way I was brought up. I don't have to go with bleed with my mouth. I'm going to go on stage, I'm going to beat your ass every time I go on stage. And that's my mentality. So.
Are you thinking, Ashley?
We like that, yeah. What do you think, Ashley?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of on the same way. I don't want to ever get too comfortable with being on top. And I know that, you know, I have this big target on my back now, and I know people are after me, but that just pushes me even more. I think I'm a pressure player, so it's kind of like I want this extra stress in a way, because it's just like pushing me to be like, oh, you can't get too comfortable. Because even, you know, I recently just took 2nd in Australia, so now I'm like, oh, can't let that happen again. Oh, no. You know what I mean? So it's almost like you need to, you know, have something like that to push you forward even more. Like, oh, we can't have that again. So it just, yeah, can't ever get too comfortable where you're at, for sure.
Well, you know,
Same
same with,
Dexter, yeah.
you know, same thing, you know, you much like myself, because, you know, I was worrying about guys behind me, you know, wanting them to beat me. You know what I'm saying? I try to always try and focus on, if you haven't beaten me, then you know, I'm worried about people in front of me and not behind me. So that's always been my mentality. But always, you know, conscious about guys like Phil, because I always said, if you listen to my interviews, when I was beating Phil, you know, I whipped him plenty of times, you know. So, but after every, you know, but every interview I did say, what did I say, Phil? When Phil mature, he's gonna be, you know, he's gonna be the man. I always said that, you know. So proof is in the pudding.
It was a major accomplishment because of the fact that when you open up that Flex magazine, the Muscle and Fitness, when you look inside, you're trying to see not just who you want to be like, but who your structure looks like. So I looked at Dexter and I'm like, this guy has an athletic physique. And fortunately for us, we were able to see Dexter from a very lower body weight. Dexter Jackson is the one guy that has won at every weight class. So that would be like a Manny Pacquiao has won at every weight division in bodybuilding, so to speak.